Welcome back to PIX and Politics, everybody, and it is time for our PIX panel. Joining me today, PIX political reporter Henry Rosoff, reporter for The City, Katie Honan, and professor at University of Mount St. Vincent, J.C. Polanco. So great to have all of you here. And there's a lot to unpack and a lot to talk about. And I was kind of going through this. How do we really do this? So let's go in order and kind of put a timeline out there, right? Sure. Let's begin with the DOJ, Henry. DOJ calling for the charges to be dropped. Now, as of this taping, they haven't been dropped, right? There's still this caveat of without prejudice, and the mayor just yesterday told me, I've done nothing wrong. So take us to that point.
Well, you have DOJ officials, really in real time either resigning or threatening to be fired because they won't push this, what they're calling a questionable dismissal through based on the evidence, based on the fact that it doesn't actually look at the evidence, based on the fact it specifically mentions policy. So that really is the backdrop for all of this. And just leading up to the memo, and I want to shout out Katie for some fantastic reporting about actions that the mayor was taking. And that really is all linked and meshed together. I'll pass the ball to Katie to your reporting from this week.
Yeah, early Monday, the mayor gathered his top commissioners, his deputy mayors, and general counsels from city agencies to the municipal building to discuss. He wanted to hear from them about how they felt, per multiple sources who were in the meeting. And then he basically told them, look, we have a lot of federal grants on the line. Do not criticize this president. Do not criticize this administration. He denied that it happened in your interview. But going back to the DOJ memo, what's confusing, I think, to the public is the mayor has not had his usual press briefings. He spoke to New Yorkers Tuesday in a speech where he really lied about what the DOJ memo said. And then we found out on your show that he actually didn't even read it. So he makes it seem as though the memo is being dismissed because the charges are without merit, when that's actually not the case.
Okay, and then hold on. Then becomes this wave of resignations, right? So just as I was about to sit down with the mayor, we found out that the prosecutor, Danielle Sassoon, resigns, and then 5 others resign, and then as of this taping, more resignations, right?
Well, and buried in a footnote of the resignation letter of the now former U.S. attorney is probably the bombshell allegation. It confirms some of the fears that the mayor's primary opponents, that the city council speaker, that the public advocate have been saying, is that the mayor is bought and paid for. Now, the mayor denies this completely, but the allegation that essentially policy was promised in exchange for this case being dismissed is what leads to you having someone like Public Advocate Williams saying this is untenable. It's what leads to the city council speaker saying the mayor is being blackmailed. So that's where we're at this point.
Look, I've been an attorney for 20 years now, and I've seen many prosecutors just drop charges. This is happening. This happens all the time. And your viewers should know that there's a process here. First, the mayor is innocent until proven guilty. We knew that the whole time. And yes, although prosecutors drop charges, it is rarely ever do we ever see anything like this, where without consideration of the evidence at hand, but because of other externalities, some political consideration, we're going to dismiss this and we're going to ask the judge to look the other way because we need the person that's been indicted to help us out with something.
What are the resignations of somebody who's a Trump appointee resigning?
But this is terrible. So if you're a viewer watching this, you don't have to be an attorney to see this doesn't smell good. Then when the Trump appointees are resigning, this is a disaster for the mayor. A lot of us were hopeful for the mayor, especially a lot of centrists and independents across the city like me. We're devastated today with what we're watching. This is terrible news for the mayor. The mayor clearly has something over him where it's being dismissed without prejudice.
Okay.
And the problem there for your viewers is these charges could be brought back in at the whims of the Department of Justice if you don't do what we want.
In fact, there's an explicit promise to reconsider the charges in November. So it's not just they may be brought back. There's an order to bring them back somewhat soon.
And remember one thing, your viewers should also remember, the judge has to approve this. So you have to be an attorney and put your name on the line in good faith, under oath, come and say, I think that we should drop these charges, and I don't know if there's an attorney in their right mind that would take such a risk.
Somebody like a Hakeem Jeffries, who has come out now and said that he feels that the mayor is compromised and on a short leash. And then we saw the mayor appear on Fox and Friends talking with the border czar, Tom Homan. I want to play that clip.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, "Where the hell is the agreement we came to?" So,
I want ICE to deliver. And I want ICE to deliver. We're going to deliver for the safety of the people of this city.
We'll be back in your office, Katie. Now, the timing is interesting. He goes into the meeting with Homan, comes out, and says, "Well, we're going to change the policy on Rikers Island." So, what are you hearing when you're at City Hall?
I think a lot of disheartened staff. People are obviously still coming to work, and people are confused. And I think you look at it, you came to work for the Adams administration, you came to work for the city of New York. Your company got bought out. You are now working in many ways for President Donald Trump because that is who is in charge. I mean, watching this interview on Fox and Friends, the joke about I'm going to be up his butt, I mean, what are we supposed to take with that? What Tom Homan is saying is if you don't do exactly what we say and we are not happy with what you do and what we want you to do when it comes to undocumented New Yorkers, we're going to come back. And who knows what they'll do then.
Go ahead.
And he says in that clip, to our agreement. Could you explain? This looks terrible.
They were asked to explain in the interview by the hosts on Fox News, and they said, well, we don't want to say too much. We have some other things planned. We don't want the city council to thwart them. You and I, though, I want to highlight another part of that interview, Dan. We're talking before this taping. And they essentially, the hosts and Mr. Homan, insulted Governor Hochul right in front of the mayor. The mayor did nothing to defend her. And this is the one person, as you highlighted with the public advocate, who has the power to remove the. I mean, if someone insulted my boss who had the power to fire me in front of me and I said nothing, it just like that's the sort of, think of it that way. That's the sort of stakes here. And the mayor said nothing in her defense.
It is fast-moving. Don't go anywhere because there's a lot more to come. There is a lot to discuss. A bonus round of the panel where we're going to talk about Governor Kathy Hochul and her powers. We're back.